Standout Pod, we back for episode, I don't even know what,
17.
17? All right,
Yes.
best. So we here for episode 17 on the pod. Can't believe we've already done 17 of these. But for those of you who are new to the pod, who are joining off of Anchor, Apple, Google Podcasts, Podcasting Network, and YouTube and Spotify or any other podcasting service. Thank you for listening to one of the greatest podcasts to ever exist.
You said one of. Hold up. You said one of.
Oh shoot, did I say one of? I meant the greatest podcast.
Exactly.
Standout Crew podcast. So season 2 is coming up, and what does this mean? Well, rap analysis videos will be coming soon. But other than that, we will be getting rid of tier lists, which we've kind of already done. We've kind of already scrapped the tier list early.
But listen, we got some. I got some new ideas for some tier lists that we can do. Kind of round it out.
So we got some new ideas, and then more stuff coming in season 2. There will be an announcement video and other announcements. That'll be January 1st, New Year's Eve. So as soon as 2022 hits, season 2 will get started. 2022 season 2, yes sir. Anyway,
and it's gonna be the greatest podcast season ever because we're gonna eliminate the mistakes we made in season 1. Be hopefully more consistent, but we say that all the time, man. Yeah, we seem to get more. We seem to get more inconsistent the more we say we're gonna be consistent. I don't know.
That's true. I mean, I think that.
But he should be done with you'll be done with football and stuff, right? Or you'll be.
Yeah, I'll be done with football. I'll be starting basketball. But I'll be on break then, so I'll be fine. And then yeah, maybe we'll get something going. I don't know. Shoot, bro. But anyway, follow our other channels down below. We got other channels. He has a cinema channel, hoops channel, a gaming channel, and his music. And I have my economy channel, which I just uploaded on today. So check that out. And my stream highlights channel. But without further ado,
let's talk about Montero.
So first off, Lil Nas X has been teasing this on his Instagram. He first teased this all the way back in October of last year when he uploaded on his Instagram a couple clips of him listening to some new songs that fans haven't heard of. This one of the songs being what was it called? It was the one with the football player, That's All That I Want or whatever. He was listening to that song, Industry Baby. He teased that release and a couple other songs. And fans were like, could this be an album that he releases? And he said that he had an album on the way, but he didn't give a specific date that he was going to release.
And it kind of got frustrating after a while because it's like, you've been in the game for 3 years and we're yet to even hear a full-length project from you. I don't know.
Exactly.
For me, I got frustrated, but.
Then he, 2 weeks ago, said that he was pregnant and said 2 weeks until baby Montero comes. And people were like, oh, shoot.
About time.
This is it. This is the album. It's going to be here. Because Lil Nas X is a marketing genius, my guy.
He is.
He markets stuff so well. He'll be like,
he's on 6ix9ine. He's on 6ix9ine's level. Maybe better.
Listen, bro. He was saying stuff like, when Industry Baby was about to release, he was like, guys, I'm going to jail over the devil shoes. So people thought that he was actually going to jail. You know what I'm saying? People thought that he was actually getting sued and stuff. And then he released Industry Baby and we're like, oh, shoot. This is what he was talking about. So we kind of expected the same thing for Montero. And Kyle, what would you give Montero?
What would I give it? Shoot, so out of 10. So I want to kind of compare it to Donda and CLB a little bit because they came out around the same time. I gave Donda an 8.5 out of 10.
I gave Donda an 8.
And I would give CLB about the same, about an 8.5 out of 10.
I gave Certified Lover Boy a 9.
And I think Montero, I enjoyed Montero more than both of those albums. Actually, hold on, let me think about that for a second. I had to think. Okay, so No, okay, no, I take it back. I think Montero out of 10 is like an 8, 7.5, 8 out of 10. Hear me out. Though most of the songs I did like, most of the songs are in my playlist. I don't know. There's just something about the project that's like, I don't know. I wanted more, not necessarily more songs, I guess, maybe more songs. I don't know. There's just something I felt was missing in this project that I can't
Felt
really.
emptier than Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, it felt
Because the same
emptier.
amount of tracks, but it just felt kind
Kind of
of
empty.
quick.
Yeah, kind of quick, empty. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just felt like I wanted more for waiting 3 years for this project. I wanted more, and I didn't get more. I kind of got as a debut project, is it bad? Heck no. This is a really strong first album. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But in the future, when he's releasing projects, I just want more. I want more Lil Nas X. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I want him to kind of cut this whole listen, I respect, I don't care if you have a dude in your videos kissing it. I don't care about none of that. But I don't know. I kind of want him to ditch this whole gimmick thing that he keeps having and just make music. I want to be able to listen to a Nas X song without feeling like it's very political, without feeling that it's trying to push an agenda that I'm not trying to sit here and listen to. Like, I'm trying to listen to your music because you're a really good
You think
artist.
it's pushing an agenda?
I feel like it's pushing an agenda. Agenda that, yes.
What agenda are they trying to push? What agenda are they trying to push?
Listen, bro.
Come on, man. What agenda?
Listen, bro. I'm not saying that it's a bad agenda to push at all, but it's like, listen, bro. Let me just say this. I haven't listened to The Bigger Picture since it came out. Okay. Why? Because I'm not trying to sit here and listen to Black Lives Matter every day. If Lil Baby was to drop a whole album talking about Black Lives Matter, I would pan that album and I would say, no, I don't like it. Yes, the agenda is trying to push is good. I'm just not trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Me personally.
I'm just not trying to hear it.
You know what I mean? If I want to see about Black Lives Matter, turn on the news, it's going to be the first headline. You know what I mean? Same thing about I hate these Corona bars that people make because I'm not trying to hear about COVID when I'm listening to a rap song. You know what I mean?
You made a COVID bar. I don't want to hear it.
I did.
You were just telling me how you put a bar into a song where you said mask up or something.
I did. Listen, y'all ain't gonna hear that. But okay,
it's different.
Listen, it's different. No, but I don't know. I feel like you can have gay themes in your song without it coming off as you trying to force it on other people to watch it and kind of push this agenda. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm like, because the whole industry baby thing, it felt very forced. You know what I mean? It didn't feel natural. You know what I mean? If Nas X was just next to a dude, you know what I mean, and all that, then I'd be like, okay, I don't care. But it felt like he was pushing the agenda. And I don't even think he's doing it to, give more LGBTQ representation. I don't think he's doing it for noble reasons. He's doing it to create controversy, to get his music more played, okay? To get people to tune into his music. Because we saw what happens when Nas doesn't have controversy on his music. He gets around 31 million views. Sun Goes Down peaked. Sun Goes Down peaked at number 69 on the Billboard charts.
69.
I think it peaked. It's peaked in the 60s, okay? I didn't know. I just said 69. I don't know why. But it peaked in the 60s. The point I'm trying to make with that is that Montero went number one. Why did it go number one? Him lap dancing on Satan. Got a lot of people to check out the song, okay? And Industry Baby, why did that go number two? Nude shower scene. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I feel like his music is like, I don't know. I don't want to listen to a
Nas. Industry could have gotten a hold of him, bro.
Exactly. It's like,
because when he released Old Town Road, he released that in his bedroom with like a laptop and a microphone and a $30 beat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was him. That was a him song. And every song after that, because Old Town Road blew up, was manufactured
Yeah,
to a
well, I
certain
felt
degree.
Panini and Rodeo were really good songs. I feel like those were really good songs. But
Then he
again,
took that freaking year break.
yeah, which I hated that he took that. But I guess I'm not too mad because he came out with some. I'm not saying none of the songs are bad. I think all the songs were really good. I don't think there was really one song on the project that I didn't like. Obviously, the Mega the Stallion verse could have did without, But
Yeah.
other than that, I felt like every song on the project was good, really good, well made, well produced. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like I want to listen to his music without this sense of controversy and agenda being pushed. I have no problem with the LGBTQ community. There's a lot of them at my school. I have no problem with it. Okay. But where I start to have a problem is when it feels like it's being forced on me. I don't like things being forced on me. I don't think anybody does. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like things being forced on me. And I feel like that's kind of what Industry Baby music, the music video, and definitely that what's the song called again? The one with the football thing?
It's like That's What I Want or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I want. Yeah, it felt
Something like
very
that.
forced. It felt like it was kind of forced on me. Montero, I mean, yeah, lab dancing on Satan, you know what I mean? But other than that, like the gay elements in that track didn't feel forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's called That's What I Want.
Yeah. And in Montero, it didn't feel very forced. But in Industry Baby, and that just felt forced. It felt so forced. It's like, okay, you're just trying to get a reaction. And then you want to go on social media and complain about the reaction. You know what I mean? I feel like, okay, listen, this is not the way, in my opinion, to get people
More into the LGBTQ.
Yeah, this is how you push people away. And this is what I've kind of been saying about this community for a minute, is that this is how you push people away right here. You try to force it on them. I want y'all to realize civil rights took years, many years to get done. You know what I mean? And even to this day, it's still not completely over with. You know what I mean?
And that's like a what? Shoot. Shoot. It's been like a 400-year slog, my guy, but technically from the civil rights it's been like, I don't know, 70, 60 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But the pride stuff and
Like 20
everything,
years, like 20 years.
I mean, the pride stuff 20 years, but the actual being gay was like 40. But like if you're
Yeah,
talking actually being gay, like 70s, but if like the 1970s, so like 40 years or whatever.
yeah,
But if you're talking like the pride and the all this stuff,
yeah. I'll
then
say about
only
20.
20. You
I'll
know
say
what I'm
about
saying?
20.
Only like 20 years, 20 something years. So it's like, okay, y'all are trying to speed the process along.
You
And I'm just
can.
saying how it is. I'm just saying how it is. You cannot speed this process along. And the thing is that us black people, we know that you can't speed this process along, all right? Because listen, even though I have no problem with you being gay, whatever you want to classify as, all right, you do you. You know what I'm saying? Don't force it on me. But also, just because I agree with it does not mean that the person next door is going to agree with it. And that is the simple truth that you are going to have to face. Because if we all can't agree, right? This is the analogy that I like to use, all right? If we all can't agree that, I don't know, chicken is a good food, what makes you think that everybody's going to agree that gay marriage is an okay thing? You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things that's like, if we can't agree on simple things, why would we be able to agree on something as complex as this? I'm just saying how it is. Gay marriage and stuff like that, people accepting the gay community, it's starting to get more widely accepted. But I'm
Yes,
just
which is
saying how
good.
it is, which is good, which is good. But you will never, ever, probably in your lifetime or your kid's lifetime, see a day where all gays are just, oh my God, it's just the normal thing and all this stuff.
It's
You
gonna
know
take
what
a
I'm
minute. It's
saying?
gonna take a minute, but
It's
that's
going to
okay.
take a minute because it's so new.
It is.
Our parents probably didn't have to face this,
Shoot,
like,
they probably used to F slur a lot. You know what I mean?
exactly. Our parents, if our parents were not in the day and age of this whole gay pride, homosexuality type of stuff, LGBTQ, then it's new. You know what I'm saying? It's new and it's going to have to take time because I bet our parents were thinking the same thing about slavery and segregation and stuff. Like our grandparents, oh, they don't understand or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And look, segregation has come a long way, but blacks still are being, treated whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be as widely accepted. And just because of how Republican and how liberal and how whatever the other parties, how vocal politically everybody has become nowadays. Like, I never in my whole life thought that politics could get this bad. Politics are
Oh, it's
bad
terrible.
right
It's
now.
terrible.
Politics are at an all-time freaking, I don't know if low or high is the right word to use, but politics are getting violent right now. I mean,
Exactly.
it is sickening to
And
listen
and
to
it's
this.
sad because we're on the verge of possible depression. I don't think people understand how close we are to a depression right now. Healthcare, Medicare, that joint ends in 8 years, bro. If we don't get it fixed.
If we
I'm
don't
just
get it fixed, healthcare and stuff will be bankrupt in 8 years. And I don't know about anybody else, but that scares me because I myself want to go into the healthcare field. All right. Even though YouTube is what I do and YouTube is my passion, my goal right now is, you know what I'm saying? I want to get into the healthcare field. I want to be a chiropractor. All right. I want to be a sports chiropractor. So I want to help athletes in their wellness. All right. But I can't do that if in 8 years, you know what I'm saying, we get bankrupt and stuff if because that's a premium. You know what I'm saying? Having a sports chiropractor is a premium. And if people aren't going to be able to pay for a simple flu shot that is now covered by insurance, then I can't do that. So in 8 years, if the healthcare system goes bankrupt, what are we going to be paying $1,000 for a vaccine? You know what I'm saying?
you'll
Are
have
we going
to.
to be
You'll
paying
have to.
200 every doctor's visit or whatever? Like what?
Maybe
Or
more.
well,
Maybe more because they got
more
to afford the
like
equipment.
500. Yeah.
Got to
So
afford
I
the
mean,
equipment. So
and the economy, even though the economy right now, the economy right now is stable. Who knows in 8 years or the next decade if
the
it's going to be
next week, to be honest with you,
true
the way
next
things can
week?
sway.
Because right now, the economy is doing good. All right. The economy is doing good because, well, even though, all right, and I know I don't get political, all right, the economy is good right now, all right, but who knows in the next couple years if it still will be. Now I'm a Democrat, all right, but the economy was good with Trump in office. Now, I'm not going to give him all the praise. I can't. All right. But who knows? Now the economy is good right now, but who knows in the next couple years if it will still be good. But I'm just saying how it is, bro. I'm just saying how it is, bro. In the next decade, the world will all go to crap because there was this YouTube video saying how the pollution is starting to get to us. And if in the next 12 years we don't fix something, there'll be bad things happening. In the next 8 years, healthcare would be bad. In the next 10 years, there could be a stock market crash that is on
Some
the
are
same
getting
level as
crashing
that
during the
one.
pandemic. I mean, like
Exactly.
we're
And it crashed
one
during the pandemic. The stock market can crash at any time, and so can these cryptocurrencies and stuff like that.
exactly. We're one more quarantine away, one nationwide quarantine away for the stock market just
Just plummeting.
And then we won't be able to fix it. We might not even be able to fix it. That's the thing. We might not be able to fix it. But
that's true.
Obviously,
we might not. It might be irreversible.
Yeah, but I kind of want to steer us back to the Montero thing. But I think that's like another good topic for like another pod if y'all want us to deep dive into that. You know what I mean? Or on your economy channel. Good idea.
We could do a live.
I can make a cameo. I can make a cameo on the economy.
We could do a live stream, low key,
and we could
I'll get
dive
that set up.
That.
I'll get that set up.
Deep dive into that, but I kind of want to.
But I would give the Montero album a 7. I'll give it a 7 because it's not on the level of Donda. And if I gave Donda an 8, I can't give this an 8. It's a 7. All right. It is below Donda and Certified Lover Boy. I thought it was good. There were songs that were playlist worthy. But at the end of the day, the songs that were playlist worthy, I had one already heard, or two, I mean, there was one song or like two songs that were playlist worthy that I didn't hear, but it just felt empty. That's my big thing about this album, is that it felt too empty. It felt like there was no content in it, but there was a lot of content in it. It was a 16 or 17 song album. That is enough to the average viewer. You know what I'm saying? That's enough to anyone. 16, 17 songs, that's enough to anyone. You know what I'm saying? But when I was listening to it, it was like, oh, shoot, it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's done. And I don't know if Donda just boosted my expectations or whatever of an album and its length, but this Montero album felt unusually short.
But then the songs weren't long either.
The songs were only 2 minutes.
30
2-minute songs. Exactly. They weren't even that long of songs. And the thing is, it's like I was listening. I listened to the whole album with you, and it was only like an hour and 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
It actually was a 41-minute album. I checked on
Spotify. It was 41 minutes?
Yeah, 41
minute album. It's a 41-minute album. For waiting 3 years for this
Lil Nas X
a little bit
album, longer.
I wanted it to be like an hour and something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At least give us some sort of content, because I expected like a few 4-minute songs sprinkled in there, a lot of 3-minute songs, maybe a 6-minute song where he just goes on there and just in his feels or something. I don't know. But none of that. There was none of that in this album. And I felt like there was no variety in the album, even though that there was like, oh, he would be in his feelings one song, then spit in the next and sing in the next.
Very all over the place.
It was all over the place, but it all struck one freaking agenda. It was all about pride. I mean, I'm just saying how it is.
Yeah, so some of it was about pride, some of it wasn't, but I don't know. It's so weird talking about this album.
It was just a weird album because I don't know. It's just weird.
I kind of, another thing that I felt because when I listened to Donda, I walked away with something. A headache, besides for the headache.
A headache, yeah.
Not for the headache.
Tired. I was tired.
Yeah, besides for a headache, tiredness. I walked away with a sense of like, I don't know, inspiration, motivation. Because as soon as I walked away from Donda, I'm like, that's what I want to sound like one day. Kind of walked away with some motivation, inspiration. When I listened to Certified Lover Boy, I walked away with, oh, Mario came back negative. Whew, got scared for a second. Okay, but yeah, man just sent me saying that he got a COVID test, and I thought, oh my God, positive. Okay, came back negative.
If he came back positive, bro, you would have been, oh.
Dang. But when I listened to Certified Lover Boy, I walked away with, I wouldn't say motivation, inspiration. I kind of walked away with say, that was a really good album. I enjoyed that. I might listen to it again. When I listened to Montero, I listened to it and I was like, okay, got that out the way. All right, time to try to see if I can get back on 2K.
Exactly. It was just I listened to it and then just went. I in the span of Montero, I cooked food, bruh. I just put something in the oven for 1 hour while we were listening to Montero, and Montero finished before my food got done.
Exactly. And it was like,
I mean, I could literally just, and after I walked away from it, it was just like, all right, we finna hop on the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, let's
it
play
was just
Valorant.
Valorant. Exactly. Like, oh my God. It was just, I didn't walk away with anything.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like that. I would definitely listen to it again, but I wouldn't listen to it again just listening to it. Like Donda, if I turn on Donda, it's like, okay, gotta stop whatever I'm doing. Turn on Donda, listen to it again. I turn on
Exactly.
Montero, it's gonna be like, okay, run up a few matches in 2K. Want to play some?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to it while I'm doing something. And that
yeah.
was the same thing with I've done that with a few other albums. Like I did that with Jack Harlow's album, with Namir's album, with Lil Loaded's mixtape. I did all of that with those types of things, but this one is
And
the
I
same
expect more from
feel.
Nas than all those artists right there.
I
Like,
know. I expect way more from Nas. I feel like with Nas, I should be doing the same thing as Kanye. I should be,
yeah, but I think that this
walking
album
away
really
with.
kind of like woke me up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me slow down the hype for Lil Nas X. Let me bring him down to earth and bring him to realistic expectations. He is not Kanye. He's not Drake. He's not old school Nas. He's not Jay-Z. He's none of these artists. Let me bring him down to earth, to where he is in
To be
correspond.
honest, bro. To be honest, bro.
I think
I
Young
love how you
Uzi.
said all of those. You said what?
Oh wait, you go.
No, what'd you say? What'd you say?
No, you go.
What did you say?
I'm being so serious. Mine's gonna have to wait. You go. I'm being
All
so
right, bro,
serious.
fine. I love how you said all those artists and didn't bring up Billie Eilish.
Oh, and
Billie Eilish is freaking. I don't even know how she does it. She just won another award. I mean, I don't even know how she freaking does it.
and yeah, of course, Billie Eilish. You know, legends like that. I call Billie Eilish a legend.
She is. How
She
can
is
you
a
not?
legend. No,
She
no, no.
she
She's a legend.
sweeps the
She's a legend.
Grammys, bro.
She's 2 times, 2 years in a
Multiple
row. Two
times.
years in a
2
row.
years in a row, she sweeps the Grammys.
No. She's a legend. She's a legend. She's a legend. I just probably like because like she's like what 20.
She's only no. She's. I don't even think she's 20. I think she's literally 18. I think
19,
she's
18,
only
19.
18.
Already call
She's
you a
only
legend.
18 and she's already, let's keep it a buck, in the Hall of Fame. Like
First ballot.
first
First ballot.
ballot.
All right, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think we gotta bring us Nas X down to realistic expectations on a realistic level and where he is in the music industry. And I think that he's not on the artist that I just name's level, like I thought he was.
I thought he was too.
I think
Like
he's more.
I low key was about to put Lil Nas X up there. You know what I'm
Right
saying?
up
Like
there,
if you were to be like Damon, where do you think Nas ranks? I would be like top of the industry. You know what I'm
top of
saying?
the
Top of the
industry.
industry.
But I think that he's more on an Uzi level, a Playboy Cardi level. Hear me out. Hear me out with Playboy Cardi. Hear me out with the Playboy Cardi one. Hear me out. Hear me out with the Playboy Cardi one. All right. Man's got a dedicated fan base. Playboy Cardi drops an album. It's doing 100K first week. It's doing over 100K first week. That's why I said that. That's why I said that. He's a whole lot of garbage, but but I think he's more of an Uzi level on a. I think of some more artists. A Doja Cat, definitely more on the Doja Cat level. I think relatively that's where he is in the industry. I think he's a superstar, but I don't think he's a megastar like Drake, like Kanye, like these artists. I don't think he's a megastar. I think he's a superstar. I think he's on Doja Cat's level. He's on Uzi's level. These are the artists which I think he's on.
Listen, although I don't think you're wrong, Kyle, you know you're in the minority.
I know I'm in the minority, but it's
you're in the
like,
minority. If you
listen,
were to
bro.
ask anybody, oh, is Lil Nas X, they're gonna be like, oh my God, he is just a hip hop legend.
Yeah. I also a future level too. I think he's on that tier. Be honest, bro. And I'm saying that because let's say they all drop
Too
an
sexy
album.
for this too sexy for this shirt. Too sexy.
But I think that like let's say they all drop an album first week, okay? Let's say, and I didn't think a lot of this. And listen, bro, I'm gonna say this. Nas X's sales are gonna be inflated. I'm gonna say that because it's his first album. Everyone's first album does numbers, so we're gonna pretend this is gonna be his second album.
Did your album do numbers?
Yes, but listen, this is I mean, like debut, like album, like on a label, but. Give me that label push. I'll push 200K first week. but listen.
First week.
You're right. First minute. But but listen. Let's say all those artists I just named right there drop an album first week. I mean, to drop an album first week, Uzi's doing about 150K. Future's also doing maybe like 130. Maybe like 120K first week. Okay, 110 first week. Nas X would do around I think Nas X would do slightly more than Uzi. I would say Nas would do about 170K.
Nas is doing.
No, I'm
Nas
saying for
X?
a second album, like a second album. This is his first album. It's gonna do like 200K first week, easy. Okay, I'm talking about second album. When he doesn't have that hype of, oh my God, this is his second album. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna do as much numbers. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm a fan of Nas X, but that's just where I feel he is in the industry. And that's why I'm like, we gotta bring him down to realistic expectations. Because I felt like my expectations for this project were up here. I'm like, immediately certified hit of an album. I'm like,
it's already probably gonna get Grammy nominated.
Exactly. And I was always, and I was saying how anything Nas X drops. After Montero, I said, listen, anything he drops, going number one. Sun Goes Down comes out.
Sun
Goes Down comes out.
Listen, bro, but that was kind of unfair though, because he dropped Montero, and then like 2 days after he dropped Montero, or like a day or two after he drops Montero, he drops Sun Goes Down. So I mean, it kind of got.
Sun Goes Down came out months after Montero. What are you talking about? Sun?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Sun Comes Down came out like 3 months after Montero. Montero dropped in what, March, February? Sun Goes Down dropped in like May. It dropped in like May. Yeah. I'm 100% sure it dropped in May. It dropped months after Montero. So I was like, certified hit maker. Everything you drops goes number one. And then
anyway, even though it did drop months, it still gets overshadowed by Montero.
Montero wasn't even on the charts.
Yes, it was.
It was not top 5 in the charts. It wasn't even top 10 in the charts. No, it wasn't. In May, no, it wasn't.
It got no, because it was still getting hyped up though. It was still
but it wasn't on it wasn't high on the charts anymore.
If you have a song that's getting hyped up as high as Montero,
but it wasn't on the charts.
Montero went no, stop. Montero, when Sun Goes Down dropped, had like 200 million views. And when Sun Goes Down dropped, Montero was still getting the 300 mil views. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
and Sun Goes Down, of course, is going to get overshadowed by Montero, because Montero is still getting hundreds of millions of views.
But that's why I'm like, let's bring him down to realistic expectations. Let's say Drake drops that song right now.
But number 69 ain't even that bad, though.
It's not a hit, though. It's not a top 40 hit. It's not a hit.
Okay.
And I said that everything Nas X will drop is going to be a hit. And that's why I was like, bro, that's why I'm like, let's bring him down to realistic expectations. He's not Drake. Drake can drop a song right now. It's going to go in the top. Still go in the top 3.
Wrong.
What do you mean I'm wrong?
Wrong. Sun Goes Down debuted, peaked at 41.
Still not top 40 though. Still not top 40 though.
A hit is 42. You said it was 42.
Still not top 40 though.
Okay.
You said 42. Still not top 40. 2 spots. Two spots. But
It's
listen,
still okay. Wait, what is
okay,
a
but
hit
it's not a hit
considered?
though. It's not a hit though. Sun Goes Down is not a hit. We can agree on at least on that it was not a hit song, and that's why I'm saying let's bring them down to realistic expectations. Drake can drop a song today, and it's gonna go in the top 5 on Billboard. It's a hit. You know what I mean? 2 months later, Drake can drop another song. It's also going in the top 5. It's also going to be a hit. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, let's bring him down to realistic expectations. He's more on an Uzi Future level than he is on in Doja Cat level, than he is on a Kanye, Drake, Billie Eilish, Justin Bieber level that I thought he was on. And that, I'm not saying he can't get there. I hope he gets there. I'm just saying that's not where he's at right now.
Listen, bro. I personally think that it is unfair to say that Sun Goes Down and all that when he drops Sun Goes Down, that just because he dropped that song, that it puts him down
I'm not
that
saying
level.
I'm not saying it puts
because after Sun Goes Down, what did he drop after Sun Goes Down?
He dropped Industry Baby like a few months later. But the thing is that Sun Goes Down didn't have the controversy that Montero and Industry Baby have, which is what I was talking about earlier in the video.
I know.
And that's why
when you have Old Town Road that peaked at number 1.
They did. Old Town Road peaked at number
Panini,
1.
I don't know what that did.
That did in the top 10. That did in the top 10. I know Panini did top 10. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that.
And then you had Rodeo that did whatever. Then he takes the year off, drops Holiday, which is like what, top 30 or something.
Yeah, they kind of flopped. In my opinion, it kind of flopped.
And then, which I agree wasn't really his best comeback song, not his best comeback song, but like the best comeback song, but you know, we move. Then he drops Montero after that. Yeah, drops Montero, which number 1.
Yeah.
Then he drops Sun Goes Down, which 41. And then he drops Industry Baby, which was like number 2.
But listen to those last 2 that you just said. Those are all the singles he released this year. What do the ones that were his have in common? They had controversy behind them. Montero had the Satan shoe, had him twerking on Satan. It had people looking at him and going to watch the song and listen to the song because of that. Sun Goes Down did not have that, but Industry Baby comes back, has the whole shower scene. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like Nas, I don't know. In my opinion, Nas needs to kind of.
Kanye can't make a hit song without talking about God.
I'm not gonna get that response. I'm not gonna get that response.
Stop,
but no, what I am trying to say is that, as I said, that's why I'm saying we got to bring him down to realistic expectations. I feel like my expectations and a lot of other people's are too high.
I get what you're saying. People's expectations are too high, but I don't know if he's on the level of Lil Uzi now.
Uzi dropped the Turn Let's Take. How much did he push first week?
No, I'm not gonna. No. But if Lil Nas X drops a song and Uzi drops a song, come on now. Lil Nas X
does Nas X have that controversy? Listen, what I'm trying to say is
a Lil Nas X song is a Lil Nas X song. All right. Okay. A Lil Nas X song is a Lil Nas X song. But if Lil Nas X drops a song, whether it has controversy or not, he's doing better than Lil Uzi.
I could literally say the same thing about 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine
has controversy. 6ix9ine's going to put out. Actually, wait, no, because he's not going to get the Spotify streams. Lil Nas X will get.
But Gooba still did. But Gooba and Trolls still did top 3. They had no Spotify streams. Had just controversy.
All right, and at that time, 6ix9ine was at the top of the industry.
And same thing with Nas X. So it's the same thing. Listen, all I'm trying to say is, okay, let's talk about fan base.
But you're putting them down a tier.
I'm saying that my expectations for him were too high. We gotta put him down to an Uzi level. Uzi drops an album, it's doing 150K 170K first week. We saw that with Eternal Atake. That did numbers. Playboy Cardi pushed out over 100K first week. Future can push 100K first week. And this ain't their debut album, so they don't have that hype rate there. Okay, listen. Let's talk about fan base for a second, okay? Uzi's fan base.
Lil Nas X got a loyal fan base and a pride fan base.
Yeah, true. But Uzi has a huge fan base. Huge fan base. Same thing with Thugger. I'm gonna bring Young Thug into this tier too. Young Thug Johnson album is pushing almost 200K first week as well. Just saying. But they have huge fan bases that I think are on the level of Nas X. That's about his fan base right there. And I would argue he doesn't have as big of a fan base as an Uzi or as a Thug. I would say he doesn't have as big of a fan base.
The pride community isn't big enough?
Not the whole pride community isn't on Nas X, bro. You know that. Whole pride community isn't.
Yes, they are.
With Nas X. And if you
the whole gay pride community is.
And since I know what since I feel like I know what you're about to do, you're about to bring up Spotify streams. Let me bring this up. Ian Dior had 30 million Spotify streams. How much you think an Ian Dior album is gonna sell first week? No,
that's not what I'm doing.
Okay, you know what? No, I'm about to say this. 24K Golden has 30 million Spotify streams. He pushed 30K with El Dorado. I had to say that because I felt like that's something you would have done would bring out Spotify streams. Well, he has this many Spotify streams.
If he has more Spotify streams, then he has more Spotify streams. I gotta see how much Lil Nas X puts out on this album.
I think they're gonna do about 200K, 250K first week.
But listen, I'm just saying how it is. If Nas puts out a song, or I have to see on this album before I say album, but if Nas puts out a song, Lil Nas X, not Nas, but you get what I'm saying. If Lil Nas X puts out a song, it's going to go big. And you can say, you know what?
I agree with you on that one though. I do agree with you on that one.
You can say controversy, yes, but if Lil Nas X wants to just be a controversial artist, then he's a controversial artist, I guess. Sure, but he's still going to do more numbers than Lil Uzi.
You know what? And I agree with you on that. But I'm about to say this too. J. Cole drops a single. Lil Nas X drops a single. Lil Nas X is knocking J. Cole out the parks. But let's say J. Cole drops an album. Nas drops an album. He is not doing better than J. Cole. He will not do
J.
more.
Cole do?
J. Cole pushed like what? 300K first week. 300K first week. He pushed 300K
off season.
Yeah, off season did like 300. I think it did more than 300K first week. And Nas is not doing 300K first week. Maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't be mad if I'm wrong.
It's so 282,000 first week.
Basic 300K first week. So
Lil Nas X has to do better than 282,000.
I wouldn't be mad if he does, but I'm just saying he drops an album. J. Cole drops an album. J. Cole is doing better numbers first week.
And what category is J. Cole in?
He's a rapper. What do you mean?
Tier.
J. Cole's a star, man. He's a mega star. J. Cole's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. But that's why I'm saying, let me push him down to realistic expectations, to the realistic tier I think he's on.
But you just compared him to a megastar.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Because you're saying it's not fair for me to push him down a tier, and I'm bringing out a megastar.
If he listen, if Lil Nas X is doing better than every single person in his tier,
then he's the best person in his tier. He's the best person in his tier.
You're comparing him to a megastar.
I did that to show you why I have him in the tier that I have him in. Why I pushed him down to tier 2 and it's not having him in tier 1 with Drake and Kanye. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro.
So I'm putting him in the tier that I relatively think he is. That's my whole point. My expectation was that he was a megastar. He's not a megastar. Let me push him down a tier to where I think is more realistic for him to be at. And that's where I think he's more realistic to be at. Can he be a megastar? Definitely. Will he be a megastar? More than likely. Is he a megastar right now? I don't think so. And that's why I'm saying, let's push him down to realistic expectations of where I think he is in the rap game or just in the music industry, since it's not fair to call him just a rapper. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. That's my whole argument.
I agree, man. I agree. Nas should be in that C tier.
C tier? I didn't say C tier.
I think he should be a C tier rapper. I think he's on the level of Kid Buu.
And on that note,
Lance,
anything you want to add to this pod before I hit this stop record button?
Nah, bruh. I'm good.
All right, and that's the end of today's video, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm about to title this.
Make
I'm
sure
gonna
you
title
sub
it
up.
like I don't know what I'm about to
Make sure you
title
like
this. I think I'm about to title like Montero and like political talk, because I can't just say Montero and then it's like
True.
because that's not what we talked about first, really. I think I'll call it. I think this time we're gonna do something different. We're gonna have like 2 titles, like 2 different like things. Because usually we have like one main point, and then that's just like the first like few minutes of the video. Then we go into like another one. Then I'm gonna have it like political talk, Montero album review, something like that. But that's the end of today's video. Hope you all have a blessed day and peacemaker.